What's up, everyone? It's Miss Laline French, your favorite intelligent conversationalist. Thank you so much for tuning in to Dialogues for the Culture, curated from the point of view of a Black woman. I'm so excited you guys are here today, so let's dive into today's hot topic, Taraji P. Henson. Now, if you haven't seen the video circulating around the color purple and Taraji P. Henson's obvious discontentment with the pay gap in Hollywood, tune in right here, right now.
It seems every time I do something and I break another glass ceiling, when it's time to renegotiate, I'm at the bottom again, like I never did what I just did, and I'm just tired.
Oh my goodness, watching Taraji P. Henson really triggered me, specifically as a Black woman that is fully aware of the pay gaps here in America in comparison to our white male counterparts. This conversation isn't anything new, as we have had this conversation for hundreds of years, as Black women have been speaking out vocally across all industries, whether that is corporate America, entrepreneurship, and even entertainment. We have vowed to speak up, speak out about this travesty as it relates to Black women and our contributions to America and being systematically paid less than for our labor. According to Forbes, Black women are typically paid only 67 cents for every dollar paid to white men. And the wage gap actually widens to 65 cents on the dollar for Black women who hold doctorate degrees in comparison to their white male counterparts with the same education level. Unfortunately, Taraji P. Henson isn't singing a song that isn't unfamiliar to women like herself that are in the entertainment business, as we've had Viola Davis, Gabrielle Union, and Monique Hicks, who have also spoken out about closing the pay gap in Hollywood. It's so funny because I remember when Monique Hicks actually was speaking out against the pay gap and a lot of the discrimination that Black women were facing in Hollywood. And I remember seeing so many people who weren't in support of Monique because it was a lot of rumors that Monique was very outspoken, maybe not so friendly. There was rumors that Monique was unruly and hard to work with. And it even got to a point where Monique was even blacklisted from working in Hollywood for a very long time. I even remember an interview that she did with Steve Harvey where she spoke out about this.
I said no to Oprah Winfrey. I said no to Tyler Perry. I said no to Lee Daniels. And I said no to Lionsgate.
Now, if we're really going to talk about it, let's talk about it for real. I remember when Monique came out speaking out against the pay gap that was happening in Hollywood. Now, this was after Monique had won her Oscar for Best Supporting Role in the debut Precious. Then you got Viola Davis, who has also spoken out.
You're a Black Meryl Streep. There is no one like you. Okay, then if there's no one like me, you think I'm that, you pay me what I'm worth.
And this has been an ongoing conversation that she's had in Hollywood about the pay gap. So again, these women, I commend them, Taraji, Gabrielle, Monique, and so many others all across industries who are speaking up about this, because a lot of these women, unfortunately, get blacklisted, get labeled, get scrutinized by the public simply because they're speaking out against the injustices that are continuously happening. Usually when Black women come out and we are vocal about any discrimination that we're facing, it's often interpreted as the angry Black woman, the rebellious woman, the dramatic,
the complainer.
Okay, we're going to let you live, Dr. Jackie. We're often given so many other titles because of us speaking up. And it's so unfortunate as a Black woman, because we have to be okay with a lot of times being misunderstood, being dismissed, being mislabeled. I mean, the list goes on and on, sisters. I know you guys can relate. As history shows us that systematic discrimination in pay and exploitation of workers based on race, class, gender, and immigration status can be traced all the way back to this country's horrific past of enslaving Africans. So again, this conversation isn't new, as our creativity, our art, our intelligence has always been devalued in this country. Always. History shows us this, people. Go back, do your history. It will show you that our people have always had this struggle. And my mindset now for Black women is more so, okay, I empathize with you. I hear your disgruntlement. But at what point are we going to stop asking? At what point are we going to stop crying about it? Start doing something about it. See, my thing with Monique, Gabrielle, Viola, Taraji, you ladies are in a position to change the narrative. And so many other Black women all across America, we are in a position to change the narrative. We are our ancestors' wildest dreams. We have everything we need inside of us to create that new narrative. No longer sitting back playing the victim, but being the victor in our own stories. So my point and question to Black women all across the country is, what are we going to start doing about it? Your tears are falling upon deaf ears.
Now you know these people don't care.
At some point, we have to start doing something different. My question doesn't change. As Black women, what are we going to start doing about it? Because it's not enough to sit around crying about it. It's not enough to keep on asking and marching about it. What are we going to do about it? Get into position so that you can start paying your people what they deserve, and get into position so you can start getting what you deserve. Now, there are a lot of us out here all throughout the country that are getting into position to give each other these opportunities to tell our stories, to change that narrative. And I want to continue to encourage all Black women all over the world to continue to put yourself in position. I want to see us win. And I want you guys to tell me your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think is a solution that we can start doing as Black women to change the narrative in closing the pay gap? Leave your comment in the comment section so that we can have a conversation about it. Because guess what? That's what we're here to do on this talk show. Until next time, I love you guys. God bless.